This tutorial is an introduction to Google Plus Communities. In order to access Google Plus Communities, you need to be a Google Plus user. So you're going to first need to activate your Google Plus account. You can do that from your inbox, or you can go your Gmail inbox, or you can go to plus.google.com to get started with Google Plus. Google Plus communities are shared spaces online where folks can come together to share ideas, to share resources, and to collaborate with each other. Here are just a few of the ways people are using Google Communities. I use Google Communities for a couple of the courses that I teach. It gives us a shared space online where we can post comments and ideas, share resources, ask questions. If you're using it with students, they need to be 13 or older. You can also use it with other professionals that you work with your colleagues, or connecting with parents or folks who have similar interests. So these are just a few of the communities that I am a member of. Some of these communities I moderate, which means that I sort of set the structure for that community, and some of these I've created. Some of these are ones that I joined that others created that were interesting to me. And you can see that communities range greatly in the amount of members that they have. You may be looking for a community that has a lot of members and a lot of activity happening, or you may be looking for a smaller, more close-knit community with just a smaller group of people sharing resources for a specific purpose. Communities can be private or public. As you can see here, there's a community for a course that I teach. That is a private community. Only folks who I invite can be part of that community. These other communities are public and open to anyone. Here's just a small sampling of communities that are available in Google+. There are lots and lots of communities already out there. You can see a lot of these have quite a few members. So you can browse and find communities that are already existing, where people are already active and having conversations with each other, sharing great ideas and resources, and you can join those existing communities. Or you can create your own if there's a specific purpose that you want to collaborate with other folks about. Here are some things Google Communities can do for you. You can get answers to your questions and get feedback on your ideas. This is one of my favorite things about Google Communities. If I'm pondering a new idea, or I'm just doing some brainstorming, or would like some advice, Google Communities is typically the place I go for that. So I can just post a question. I can put it in a specific community, which is what I've done here. I created a community for teacher educators. I can post a question in there, and you can see that I got 7 comments on this one question. People giving me advice and resources and suggestions. So the purpose of a community, of posting ideas in a community, is that people are there in this community space on purpose. So membership in a community is mutual. People choose to join for a specific reason. They want to engage in conversation with other people. They have an interest in whatever the community is focused on, and they're there on purpose. Now, not every member of a community is an active member and is regularly participating, but lots of people are there on purpose, and they're there because they want to participate. So the odds are pretty good that if you're a member of an active community and you post an idea or a question, you're going to get some feedback from the community, which I just think is really valuable. You can also find some great resources, connect with people who are like-minded, and if you're a Twitter user, Google Plus can have some real advantages to you in that you can have lengthier conversations than you can through Twitter. So I'm actually going to go into Google Communities now and show you how to navigate, show you how to find communities and how to join them and how to create your own. So here's my Google Plus page. If I hover over the home button here in the top left corner, I can find my option for communities. Now these are communities that I moderate, so these are either communities I created or communities that I am a member of but also a moderator for. These are communities other folks created but I joined because they're about something that I'm interested in. Now if I scroll down here to the section on Discover Communities, I'll find other communities that Google is recommending for me based on my profile that I've set up previously, and based on things that I post about, and based on my existing communities. These are some recommendations for me. So I may want to just pop into some of these and see what's happening there. You want to pay attention to how many members and how many posts are in there. So there are some communities that have a lot of members, but only a tiny bit of posts. So there's a lot of people in here, but not a lot of activity happening. I would maybe prefer to be in one that has a lot of members, but also has, you know, a lot of activity happening. And you can go into a community and take a look at the kinds of posts that are being shared there and see if it's something that's interesting to you. And if it is, you can just click on the community, go into the community, and then you can click this button to join the community. Now, some communities you can join without having to ask, but in some communities, the moderators have turned on a feature that makes them, gives them permission to control who joins. So you may see that button say ask to join, or it may just say join. Here's a way you can find some communities. If you're looking for a community about something specific, you can do a search here in the Google Plus search bar. So here at the top of my Google Plus profile, I can search for something here. Let's say you're interested in using Chromebooks. So I'm going to do a search for Chromebook, and it's going to search through everything on Google Plus. But if I'm just looking for a community, I'm going to click here on communities, and it's going to find for me all the communities that have anything to do with Chromebook. And you can see that there are quite a few. So I may want to go into some of these and see which ones of these are active. This one looks like it's pretty active. So I'm going to take a look at that community and see what kinds of resources and posts are being shared. And if there's something great happening in that community that you want to be a part of, you can just join the community. So this one, you don't have to get permission to join. You can just join. And then another thing you can do after you join a community is you can turn notifications on if you'd like to be notified whenever someone makes a new post. Now, this is a great thing in most cases because you don't have to remember to keep checking the community to see if there's been new activity. Right here, it tells me that I have notifications off, but if I turn notifications on just by clicking here, I can toggle this on and off, and now I'll get a little notification up here in my little notification space. I'll get a notification when something new has been posted here, so that way I wouldn't have to come back and check on this every so often. I'm going to keep notifications off because this is a pretty active community and I would be getting quite a few notifications. You can see that there have been several posts just this afternoon. I don't want all those notifications. But you may have communities where you do want notifications on. For example, this community for a course I'm teaching this semester, I have notifications on because I want to know when one of my students posts a question or shares a resource or posts an assignment or something like that. So that's all about finding communities and joining communities and using communities. If you want to create your own community, this is where you would go to do that. So you click create community and you can choose whether it's a private community or a public community. Now, a public community will allow anyone in the world to join. A private community means that you can only invite specific folks. So let's say we're going to do a public community. And here's where you can choose if you want to control people who join. So you can either say no, anybody can join, or yes, people can ask to join, but then you have to approve their joining. So I'm just making a fake community called Demo. It's going to show you if there's anything similar already, because you may be starting to create a community and then you may realize, oh, there's already a community like that. And then you would just click create your own, and that community would be an actual community. Then you can share that link with other people and invite specific people to your community. So I encourage you now to go browse some existing communities, find one to join or find several, and create your own and invite people to that community. So go ahead and get Googling.